Namaste. We will start now. So it's 8 o'clock. So we'll begin. First, we'll do our Mangalam. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. So today we are going to see something which is Purana Pratyaya. So Purana Pratyaya, it is a suffix. So Purana suffix we are going to study. What is the requirement of this and all? Now we'll see. So, so there are two kind of numbers in English also, in every language. I think wherever every language wherever you represent number, one is called as cardinal, another is ordinal. So cardinal is like when the number is in form of number. So like 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. And ordinal is when it is like place, first, second, third, etc. So what Purana Pratyayas are, that is for this ordinal number. So as of now, we know like number, how to tell 1, 2, 3 in Sanskritam, ekam, dve, trini, chatvari, pancha, shat, like that. So now we need to know how to say first, second, third, and fourth. So if you remember, you already know few of them, and you have used in Pravesha also, like Prathamaha Pathaha. So you used to say there, Prathamaha Pathaha, first chapter. So that was never Ekam, that was Prathamaha. So that is the form which we obtain after using the Purana Pratyayanta. So those we will study here. Since we have studied the Visheshanani or adjectives, so this is the a good place to study this, because this also is adjective as Sankhyas are. So we know like numbers are adjective here in Sanskritam. So anything related to number like this, different type of number, ordinal number also is Visheshana. So if it is a Visheshana, it will have gender. So it will have gender, it will have number. So everything is there. And we know like for normal numbers till 5 numbers are having gender, and after 5, even 5 onwards, there is no gender. But here you will have gender, because the Purana Pratyaya is going to change them like this. So one common example you can see like Tithi. Tithi, if you see, this is a Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda. So when somebody asks what is the Tithi today, so Ka Tithi Adya, so then you will reply as Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, like that. So those all are our Purana Pratyayas number. So if you see, they all are having gender. Prathama, Dvitiya, Panchami, they all are feminine. So we'll learn them today. Again, we are learning the uses. We are not learning the how these things are made, how they are derived, because that is, as of now, that is like that is out of scope. It will be confusing. So first we have to learn the uses of it, and later we'll see like how they are made, how they are derived, and something. So if the Sankhya is Ekam, so Purana Pratyayantas in all three genders will be Prathamaha in Pumlinga, Prathama in Strilinga, and Prathamam in Napumsaklinga. Again, same rule will apply, like Prathama will not have Dvivachana and like that. Or I think it can have here, because you are telling some, it will become Visheshana, then it will have. Yes, it will. So similarly, you can see Sapta. So Sapta also will become Saptamaha, Saptami, Saptamam. Vimshati, 20 and onwards, they instead of becoming like this, they get this thing, Tamaha, Tami and Tamam. So Vimshati will become Vimshati Tamaha, 20th. And for Strilinga, this thing, it will become Vimshati Tami. So 20th for something which is female, it is qualifying, and Vimshati Tamam is for neuter. Similarly, after 20, it is added everywhere, regardless of number. So Tama, Tami, Tamam. So this only is the pratyaya, and same you can see here also it comes, but here it is more prominent. So for 100, Shatam is the number, Sankhya, and you will say Shatatamaha, Shatatami, Shatamam. So like that. So this is again, this is way of saying first, second or first, 7th, 20th, 100th. So this again will be adjective. So there are examples in book. Since there is nothing much to explain, I thought we will read directly from book instead of I making a note and then explaining. So let's see the examples, then it will be clear. And okay, I will explain one or two and then you can try your own. So Pangtau. So which vibhakti is this? What is the word and what is the vibhakti? Please tell. Pangtau. And Shridya Bhagini. Pangtau is what word and it is in what vibhakti? So Pangtau is, the word is Pangti. Pangti means queue. So Q is the word and vibhakti is Saptami. So in Q, Prathamaha. Prathamaha is again the Puran Pratyanta and it has to be an adjective. So who is the Visheshya for this?
Saptami vibhakti.
Yeah. So who is the Visheshya for this? Is the Balakaha. So Prathamaha Balakaha. Balakaha is the Visheshya and Prathamaha is the Visheshana. So Pangtau Prathamaha Balakaha Vamanaha Asti. Vamana means dwarf. So in the queue, first boy is short, right? So now you saw these two are in Prathama Vibhakti. Now we'll see, we'll change the Vibhakti. Pustakasya Prathame Pute Prastavikam Asti. Anyone tell me the English meaning for this? Pustakasya Prathame Pute Prastavikam Asti. Do it fast. Okay. So I only will tell.
Book's first chapter. Prastavikam is
Introduction.
introduction is first
Yeah.
chapter is introduction or in the book.
Yeah. Good.
In first chapter.
Yes. So pustakasya, this is Shashti Vibhakti Ekvachana. It is telling of book. Prathame. Prathame is which Vibhakti?
Seventh.
Saptami.
Seventh vibhakti.
Yeah.
Saptami.
Why? Because the putaha means page. So pute is Saptami, in page. So this is the Visheshya and this fellow is giving some special quality of this. So this also has to follow the Vibhakti of this. So Prathame pute, in first page. Prastavikam, introduction asti. Similarly, Girishasya Prathama Agraja Vittakoshe Karyam Karoti. Varvis Karoti. Now, ka Karoti. So, Agraja Karoti. You can ask which Agraja or Kidrisha Agraja. So, you will say Prathama Agraja. So, Prathama is just related with Agraja, nowhere else in sentence. So because it is decorating the Agraja, telling something special about Agraja. So 1 second, someone is not able to join. So DGP, oh, she's trying different one. Just a minute, I will. Sorry. So Agraja means born first female. So means elder sister. So Prathama Agraja, first elder sister with the koshe in bank. This is Saptami. What she does? Karyam karoti. She does the work. So now, whose first elder sister? Girishasya, of Girisha, Shashti. So these are very simple and good sentences. So just don't read them and move forward. Try to understand each word and try to see like what actually, why they are used like this, what meaning is coming. So that will help. So now we'll see, move first. Girijayah Dvitiya Agraja Sanganaka Karyalaye Karyam Karoti. So it is exactly same as the above sentence. So I would request someone, if someone can tell me the meaning of this and detail of the sentences. Except Shri Vidya Bhagini.
Girija.
You already told many. Yeah, anyone? No? Okay, then you only tell.
Mahodaya, at Girijayah is of Girija.
Vibhakti you tell, so it would be better to relate.
Sixth Vibhakti.
Shashti Vibhakti.
Shashti Vibhakti.
What
Dvitiya
vachana?
Agraja is
What
Girijayah. Ekvachanam.
ekvachanam? So of
Dvitiya
Girija.
Agraja. Of Girija. Dvitiya Agraja is second sister.
Which sister, elder or younger?
Second sister, Dvitiya Agraja.
Agraja is which sister?
Elder sister.
Yes. Agra
Elder.
means
Agraja
before.
is second elder sister.
Yeah. Ja means girl or feminine. Yes.
Sanganaka Karyalaya is a computer office.
Correct. Sanganaka is computer.
In computer, in Saptami Vibhakti,
in computer office. Karyam
is work.
Work.
She does work
Yes.
in computer's office.
Yes. Very nice. So, like now you can go through this and I will take one or two more. So, like Pandaveshu, among Pandavas. So, this is plural Saptami. Panchamaha. So, Panchamaha means fifth. Asti Sahadevaha. So, you can move to make it not awkward. Pandaveshu Sahadevaha Panchamaha Asti. In among Pandavas, Sahadeva is fifth. So this is not 5, this is 5th. So what we are reading here, we already know how to say 5. We say Pancha. Now we are learning in this part how to say 5th. That is called as Purana Pratyaya. Pratyayanta. Words ending in Purana Pratyaya. So that is what in English they are called as ordinals, ordinal numbers. So it is simple only. Again, everything depends on Prayoga. If you will use, then it is fine. If any time this I feel simple, because the moment you forget, you just remember our Panchanga. So which Tithi is today? So the answer will come in Purana Pratyaya number Padam only. So which Tithi is today? So if today is Prathama, so that is Prathama is first. First is the Puran Pratyayanta. If you have to say one, that is Ekam. If you have to say first, that is Prathama. So you can see here they have made a table out of all some initial numbers. So like ekam, it becomes prathamaha, like that. So, and here they are telling something to remember, and that particular thing is very simple and which nobody will like to remember. It is very tamaha, tami, tamam. So after 20, Vimshati onwards. So like Navadasha, when you are at 19, then you say Navadashaha for 19th, masculine, Navadashi for 19th, feminine, Navadasham for 19th, neuter. After this, when 20 comes, then immediately Tamaha, Tami, Tamam will start coming, and they will remain same for all other numbers going forward. So like Vimshatihi is the 20, Vimshati Tamaha 20th, Vimshati Tami is the 20th feminine. So I hope this one is clear. So if it is clear, we'll move the next one. We'll try to see the exercises also, because now I feel interactive things are there. So we'll make it interactive. Before that, there was whatever we understood, whatever we went through in this book, they all were like initial study has to be done by you. So there is nothing interactive. Suppose there is a karmani prayoga, there is a verb. Verb has 9 different padam for different purusha vachana. So if I start doing interactive, that will not help. You have to first practice that your own. Once you practice, then interactive part will come in the prayoga. So that once we will do other part of chapters, the interaction will do there. But these things are very small chunks, so we'll finish them off in this go itself. So next is anishchayarthakaah shabdaah. So you know, if you add any, most of the places, if you add in front of any word, it negates the word. Like dhana, actually that they are samasas, but as of now you can understand vaguely that this is the mean. Dhana means you can say someone, it is not correct meaning, but you can assume someone with money or rich. Adhana means someone who is poor. So here nishchaya means fixed, determined, or something which is known. Anishchaya means something which is not known, something which is not clear. Anishchaya, artha. Artha is meaning, arthaka is for plural because it has to match with shabda. Shabda is the words. So we are going to study the words which give you some kind of meaning. So we'll see that. So there are two avyayas, chit and chan. So you have to see here, chit is a is not there at the end. So once you will pronounce, you will say chit, and chana has the a. So you have to provide a. So these are two avyayas. They are used to make any deterministic thing non-deterministic, and they are avyayas. So being avyayas, wherever you will add, the word will remain as is. So no other vibhakti and all this you will see. So vibhakti part will be done first, and then this thing get added. So we'll see once see the example, then we'll see what is their use. Anywhere you will add, the word will become anishchayarthak. The deterministic property will go off. So mostly it gets added to kim shabda. So you know, like we read in Pravesha that there are 7 question kind of sentences. They are called as sapta kakara. So all there where you are asking, determining where the thing is by question, there everywhere it can get added. And basically apart from them, it is mostly added in kim shabda. So since this also is going to be visheshana, so what happens when you will make the different form of kim shabda will be used while adding the chit and chan as per the thing it is going to qualify. So if it is not clear, it is okay. We'll see the examples, then it will be clear. Apart from kim shabda, as I told, it can be added into kakaras also. So like kutrachit, kutra means where. So if you add kutrachit, kutra plus chit, so it becomes somewhere. So earlier, whatever the deterministic thing was remaining in kutra, you remove that also by adding chit. You make it totally undeterministic by saying somewhere. So most of the stories and etc., they start with these kind of words, like once upon a time, in some kingdom, some king was there, some person, some mahila, some purush. So you can see small sentences like kaschit purushaha, kachit mahila. So you figure out that chit thing at the end. So chit is telling it is not known who. So like kada is when. So kadachid is means you add the undeterministic thing in kada. Sometime. So it is not clear when. Kutaha. Kutaha means from where. So kutaschit means from somewhere. The only problem you will see in this or confusion is this sha, sa, nya, all those things. So they actually are coming because of sandhi. So that sandhi as of now you don't know. So somehow this course I feel like there is this thing is most of the places, even in Pravesha also I have seen the order they are not able to maintain properly. Something they tell first and they use those things which they are going to tell either next in that course or in next level itself. So actually what it is kutaha plus chit. So now you have to, as of now, blindly remember or somehow use it and be familiar, like that aha is becoming sha. It will become other things also going in other words. So that is a little painful thing, but use it. It will be, that is the only resort as of now. So kutaschit means from somewhere. Kati means how many, the plural thing. Katichit means uh, it is again undeterministic, same thing. Katham is how. So kathamchit means same, somehow. And wherever you can add chit, there also you can add chan. Because chit and chan are, they all are, they both are giving the same meaning. It is like tavyat and aniyar. Again, it's your choice. So kadachit, some people might feel this one little interesting or lovely word. Some people might feel this one kadachan. So it is up to your choice. So now we'll see the books example and then we'll try to see if we can do it little interactive. So now you can see here kaschit purushaha tatra gacchati. It is kaha purushaha tatra gacchati. So if you say kaha purushaha tatra gacchati, it will become a question, interrogative sentence. So which male or which person is going there? So when you add this kaschit, so some, it becomes some, and it is qualifying purushaha. So kashchit purushaha, some person, some male or some boy or man going there. Tatra gacchati, present tense sentence kartari. So similarly, when you have to use vriddha, which is a feminine word, so the kashchit becomes kachit. So now you say here it was kaha, because of that visarga, this sha has come. Now here in ka, that visarga is not there, so no extra words are there. It is kachit. Kachit vriddha katham vadati. So vriddha katham vadati, old lady is telling stories. Kachit, some old lady is telling story. It is not clear which old. So now we'll see the other sentence. Remove this thing. Rameshaha mitrena saha nagaram gatavan. So Ramesa went to city with friend. So this time it is known with some known friend. If you say kenachit mitrena saha, means with some friend he went. So again there it is not clear. Similarly, now you can see the kim shabda is changing the vibhakti. Chit is not changing the vibhakti, being avyaya, and it is sitting whatever after kaha, kam, ken, kasmai, everywhere kim shabda is changing vibhakti. This fellow is sitting with that particular new word. Who is governing change of this vibhakti of kim shabda? Anyone of you can tell? Why vibhakti of kim shabda is changing? Answer fast.
The noun sitting beside is deciding.
Yes, because this is adjective. So if it is
Yes.
adjective, then it is not independent. It has to be in sync with the another part, Visheshya, whom he is going to qualify. So here Mitred was there, so that was Tritiya. So this fellow also have to go to Tritiya. Here Sevakai is in Chaturthi, so this fellow also need to go to Chaturthi. Then here Vrikshat is in Panchami, so this fellow also need to go to Panchami. So now here you see Kasmat Chit. Last one was Ta, but it became Cha because of Sandhi. So these are Vyanjana Sandhis, so you will not read. Similarly, like Sat Chit Anand becomes Satchidanand. So there Ta becomes Cha, it is that one Sandhi. So it is confusing. Kasminschit. So you have to use and you kind of remember, which I never recommend, but there is no other way because that sandhi is not known to you. What I'm the concept wise, I think you understood. If not, then we'll see in the question. So here they say Kachit Vriddha, certain old lady, some old lady, Kenachit Mitrena Saha, with some friend, Kasmaichit Sevakai, to some servant, Kasmachit vrikshat, from some tree, Kasminchit pustake, in some book, Kanchan sikshakam. Kanchan is coming from kam sikshakam, kam chan sikshakam. Now you see all the chit were there, now they are using chana. Keshu chana vidyalayeshu. Keshu chit vidyalayeshu also you can say. Kebhyaschit janebhyah. Kamschan prashnan. So the niyamas they are telling here, you can see chit and chan both are this, and this I already explained. So as of now, this one is the only refuse. So you can make some pattern here. If it is ending in makara, then makara will change to the fifth letter of the next word. So next word in chit and chan both is cha only. So it will always become nya. So ma will become nya. If na is there, then there will be two things. One, the anuswara will come, and again sha will come, sha. So kanchan will become kamschan. If you see any other, so like here also na is there, so this also will have sha and anuswara. Kasminchit will become kasminchit. So similarly you can say aihi, visargas will become sha. So kaihi chit will become kaishchit. Ta will become cha. Kasmat chit will become kasmat chit. So all the visarga, if you see kabhihi, kasyah, they all are becoming sha, sha. Ma, like here, ma is becoming nya. Kah, visarga is becoming sha. So again, ma is becoming nya. Na already we told last time, and all these two ma will become nya. So let's see some sentences. Mama lekhani kutrachit patita. So patita is what word? Anyone? Which kind of word is patita?
Ta pratyay.
It is kata pratyaya. And what is the linga?
Strilinga.
Why is strilinga?
Patita is is Strilinga.
No. Why in this sentence strilinga?
Lekhani.
Yes. Yeah, because it is coming with lekhani. So if it was lekhakaha, so it will become patitaha.
Patitaha.
So it is a past kind of sentence. So means it tells it is already happened. So even this is for somebody who is bad character. Our in our daily uses also people say, right? For male it will be patita. He is a patita pavan for God and all. It is told, right? Patita pavan, who will take these fallen people and cleanse their whatever papas and all. So that all are kta pratyayas. So now just my question, request is this only: whenever you see a sentence, just don't read them and try to understand. It is very easy to understand. Mama lekhani kutrachit patita. Kutrachit is somewhere. So your mind will make, okay, my pen fell somewhere. But don't read this way. Try to see what these sentences, separate sentences are. Which one is noun, which one is verb. If it is a kridanta, then what kind of kridanta is this? So that will help a lot. Next one is kadachit sajjanah api rushtah bhavati. Now rushtah is what? So again kta. So sajjanah is your like good people or noble, good, whatever you can say. Kada is when. Kadachit means sometimes. Again prakoshthe, in the room. Kutaschit, from somewhere. Kutah means some, from. Kutaschit means from somewhere. Sheetavayuhu agachati, cold wind coming. In the room, from somewhere, cold wind is coming. Katichit nanakani prapya bhikshukah santushtah. Katichit means, kati means how many, katichit means some, a few, like they have written, it is a good word. Some, nanakani is what?
Coins.
Yes, coins. Nanakam. Nanakam means coin. Nanakani means coins. Prapya is which kind of word? Prapya is a lebanta word. It's
Labant pratyaya.
yes. So it's also a kridanta. Lep pratyaya is used, right? And vikshukaha santushtaha. Then next is kathanchit balakaha vriksham arudhavan. Katham is the word. Katham means how. Kathamchit means somehow. Balakaha, boy. Vriksham, to the tree. Arudhavan, he went up, or he climbed the tree. Somehow he climbed the tree. So this is the chit and chan. Whenever you will add into any other existing word, they will make that word as non-deterministic. Mostly they are added to question words or different form of kim shabda. I think it should be clear by now. If not, then once you will practice yourself once, then we'll see it again. So now we'll come to sandhi part of our this thing. Today's sandhi is yana sandhi. So actually all these sandhis, you see the name, whatever you are seeing, guna sandhi, vriddhi sandhi, yana sandhi. So the names you will not see. Guna vriddhi anyway you see, but yana etc. you will not see in uses. So it is because it is coming from some, they are called as abbreviations, pratyaharas. So in grammar, all these whatever our Varnamala is there, it is arranged in different format. So like currently we know e, u. This way we read, right? And then ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, cha, cha, ja, jha, nya. So in grammar, for grammatical explanation or process, this Varnamala is not used. They rearrange everything in some different order. So that order I don't want to tell as of now, because that it is, the course is not going that way. So I am telling you the explanation of that. So yana means 4 letters. So ya, ra, la, va. So 4 letters together are called as this yana. Similarly, there is other thing which is called as ik. Ik is again 4-letter E, U, R, L. So these 4 letters are called as ik. Yad is called as these 4 letters. Now ach, already you know what is ach. Ach is all the vowels. So if these 3 things are known, then this sandhi is known. So what is difference here? That this sandhi is not ekadesh sandhi. So what it means, it with the last letter of the purva varna and first letter of para varna, when they will change because of the closeness is in pronunciation, both letters will not get replaced by single letter. Eka adesha na bhavati. Then what will happen? The replacement, it's a adesha sandhi. Still it's a adesha sandhi, means replacement will happen like an enemy. But both will not be killed. Only first one will be killed. Purva varna. Purva varna's last letter, Purva Shabda's last letter or Purva Varna of Sandhi will be killed and new letter will sit there. So I think it is clear. Now let's see what is the rule. So rule tells when vowel E, U, R, L are followed by asavarna swara or swara. Swara is enough because only one we are bothered. Anything next we don't. So what it is trying to say, if any word, first word is ending in either E or U or R or L, and after that whatever is the new word, that is not starting with same swara. So if it is ending in E and next one also is starting in E, then this sandhi will not happen. Then which sandhi will happen? If one word is ending in E and next word is starting again in E, then which sandhi will happen?
Savarna Dirgha Sandhi.
Savarna
Sarna
Dirgha.
Dirgha.
Yes. Because they both are Savarna. So that is why it is saying A. A is for negation. A Savarna. Not the same letter. Should be Swara but not the same Swara. If it happens, then in place of the first vowel means in place of E, what will happen? Ya will come for E. Ra, it is not in order. Ra will come for R. Sorry, this R, and La will come for L, and Va will come for U. So we'll see here. This is, I wrote like for this Yara Lava. So we'll see down in table. So Purva Varna, first Varna is this, Para Varna is this. So if E or E are there in the end of the first word and next word is not having E or E, any other swara it is having, so in the place of first word's last letter only Ya will come. Right? It is written like Ya for pronunciation. Actually it is Ya without A. Ya will come. Right? We'll see the example, then it will be clear. If you have U or U at the end of first word and next word is not starting with U or U, then it is starting with swara. It is not like it is starting with Vyanjana. It should start with swara, but that swara should not be U or U. Then in place of first U or U, sound Va will come. Similarly for these two. So this is this sandhi. So 4 things are there. At the place of E, Ya happens. At the place of U, Va happens. At the place of R, Ra happens. And at the place of L, La happens. So now we'll see what will be the cases. So this much already was filled. Now you see what happens. If the first word's end letter is E or E and next letter is A, then what will happen? At the first, at this place, Ya will come, Ya, and this A is not replaced. So this A will join and it will make it full Ya. If the next letter is A, then in Ya, this A will join and it will become Ya. So now you can see if E is there and next one is E, then the sandhi will happen for blue one. That is Savarna Dirgha sandhi. If E or E is ending same way and next letter is U or U, then it will get changed. E will change to ya. This u will get added to ya. So if it is small one, then it will become u. If it is big one, dirgha one, then it will become u. Similarly, here everywhere. Again, if a is there, so e will change to ya. A will get added, ya, ye. It will become ye, ye, yo, yo. Similarly for u, so u or u are there, and next any swara is coming except the savarna swara, then it will all change to va. And since it is not ekadesha, so change will not happen for both the places together, but it will happen for the first place only. Second thing will remain as is. So whatever it is, it will get added. So if it is a, so it will become va. If it is a, then it will become va. If it is e, then it will become v. So similarly for this. So with this, now you can see half of the table is filled. So let's see the example, then it will understand. It is again it's a very simple sandhi, so there is nothing to worry about. So first thing is yadi and api. So these are the two words. So yadi is ending in e and api is starting in a. So it is not savarna for e. So the now sandhi, whatever is going to get applied is the yana sandhi, right? So because e is at the end, a is at the beginning of second letter. Now at the place of e, we will get replacement of ya. A will not get replaced because this is not ekadesha. The order is not at the place of both. It is at the place of one. So if you see ya, a, the, e, now it will become ya, a, the, ya. And a, pa, e, they will remain same. So now this a will come here and will make it complete ya. So that is how it will become yadyapi. Yadyapi is the sandhid form. So this is for example for e. Next one is guru plus atra. Now if you see the split, guru is ending in u and next word is starting with a. Perfect condition is there. This is swara, this is not savarna. So yana sandhi will happen. At the place of u, va will come and nothing else will happen. So you see g, u, ra, and at the place of u, va came, and rest all four letters, four varnas are same. So if you join them, you will get guruvatra. Guru atra will become guruvatra. Similarly for this third one, pitra avasaha. So here it is ending in r and next one is starting with a, big a. So now this thing has to change to ra. So if you see here, it changed to ra, nothing else changed. They all are sitting like this. So it will become pitravasaha. And last one is lr. So lr plus akritihi. So at the place of this, now you can see this is asavarna next and this is swara. So yana sandhi will be applied. This will change to la and nothing else will change. So it will become la kritihi. So this is the yana sandhi. Here is again simple sandhi only. Next is purva rupa sandhi. So if you see here, purva, these are two kind of technical words. Purva means first letter, para means second letter or shabda. So purva rupa means the sandhi will be like the first letter itself. In the sandhi, whatever conversion will happen, it will be what is the first letter, first varna in the first sentence. First varna means, first varna in sandhi. So okay, let me rephrase it. So again in here, two varnas are joining. So after joining, the sandhi will be give the resultant varna or adesha of the first varna itself. So this is ekadesha. So this sandhi happens at the place of both. Only single replacement. So what is the condition for this? When vowel a follows padanta a or o, in place of these two vowel, purva rupa. Purva rupa is like a or o is before. So purva rupa is A or O happens. So what he is telling, if you have a situation where A is the first varna and A, small a, rasva A, that is specific, not both. Rasva A is there, then that is the paravarna. So if that condition happens, then in the place of those, Purva Rupa will happen. So whatever was first, if A was first, then at the place of both A will happen. If O was first, then at the place of both O will happen. But this different thing will be there. This S kind of symbol, that is called as avagraha. Avagraha chinna will come in the place of A. This will not be pronounced while pronouncing. It only tells like there was a letter A. So if you say here padante means padasya ante, at the end of pada, at the end of word, if A is there or O is there and next word is beginning with rasva A, small a, then in the place of these two, A will happen if A is there, O will happen if O is there. And at the place of a S kind of symbol, that is called as avagraha chinnam, only in writing it will come and sit. So let's see the example. So if you have A and the next letter is A, then at these two A will come and this sandhi will be called as Purva Rupa. If O is there and next is again Rasva A, then O will come. So this also is part of Purva Rupa. So now if we see the example, so similar thing, one thing is ko api. So this is again because of sandhi it became ko. Actually the real word is kaha. So kaha, because of visarga sandhi it becomes ko. So ko api, now you see O is there in the beginning. Next is the rasva swara a. So now what will happen in the place of these two? Purva Rupa. Which one is Purva? This one is Purva, this one is Para. So in the place of these two, Purva Rupa will happen. Purva one is O. So O will happen, and to show that there was one A earlier, this yes symbol will come, and this way it will be written, but this will not be read. So you will not read it ko api. You will read kopi. Right? So this is this sandhi. So other example for A, you can say Neele Ambare. So Neele Ambare, if you see A is at the end here and next to letter is A. So then Purva Rupa, the Purva in these two is A. So A will happen and at the place of A, Avagraha will come. So you can see A happened and Purva Rupa happened and at the place of that Avagraha came. So this is the second one, second sandhi. So I think it doesn't require much in my view. So next one is, now you have two more sandhis remaining. So next class they will be done and we'll start some part of chapter 1 also next class onwards. So next is the translation. So this is for chapter 3. Chapter 3 Anuvada Paddhati. So in this chapter, what these all it is told. So I will just tell and we'll go in book after this. So here the and uses is told, how to use and. So we know like in Sanskrit and is used and meaning of and comes from the shabda this cha, and generally it is used at the end. Like in other languages you put the and in between, like say if you have to say Rama and Shyama, so you will say Rama first, then and then Shyama, but in Sanskrit you will say Rama Shyama cha, so you will put the and at the end. So that is the way it is, so there is no justification for that. Then there is one word eva. Eva is emphatic. So wherever you put the eva word, so it will make the certainty there. So like aham eva, so I only. So like that, I am putting some emphasis on I. So actually this eva along with twa and some other words, they break that property of Sanskrit like being a free flow language, because if you move them, these words, eva and all, then meaning changes. How, that we will see in the examples. And third one is api. Api means also or too. So now let's see the example in book. So this is the 9th part of every chapter is Anuvada Paddhati. So here they are saying Rama and Krishna. So in Sanskritam you will say Rama Krishna cha. So and meaning is from cha, and in other languages and comes in between where the two people who is it joining, and here it comes at the end. So that is the only difference. So Sita and Savitri will become Sita Savitri cha. Rama Lakshman and Sita will become Rama Lakshmana Sita cha. So it is as simple as that. Now see this one. This one is interesting. So Tatre Vasti. So now you know the Sandhi. If I do the Sandhi, what the word will be here? And which Sandhi?
A plus
Tatraiva.
A. Tatraiva.
Which
Tatra
Sandhi?
plus eva. Tatraiva.
No.
A plus A.
Which
Gunasandhi.
Sandhi?
Gunasandhi.
Gunasandhi.
Sure.
Tatra plus eva.
No, it is not Vriddhi Sandhi. It is
Vriddhi
because
Sandhi. Yeah. So it is growing. So it is a Vriddhi Sandhi. Guna will happen because Guna letters are, this is a Guna letter, right? So A plus E has to become this A. So Tatreva. Actually in Sandhi, it is other way around. I told first day, I am telling again. Sandhi is not because Panini has written rule. Sandhi is natural. If you will speak in flow, it will automatically, the way human mouth is made and the way you pronounce the word, your sounds will get disturbed. That particular action is captured by Panini as written in grammar. So anytime you are confused, the best way is to pronounce them very neatly, very nearly. So tatra eva, if you pronounce without a break, you will get the sandhid form. Then you have to make some marker, like if one letter is converting from this to that, then what kind of this is. A is a vriddhi letter. So we know like A and O are guna letters, and then I, Au were the vriddhi letters. So if it is happening I, so it means it's a vriddhi sandhi. So now you see Rama eva nagaram gacchati. So Rama only going to city. So now whatever emphatic thing is coming, that is coming for Rama because Eva is after Rama. So Rama only is going to city. If you move this, so Rama nagaram eva gacchati. Rama is going to city only. So because eva is now get attached to nagaram. So he is not going to village, he is going to city only. Next is Rama nagaram gacchati eva. So now it came to the verb. So he is going only. So if might be he stopped somewhere and talking and somebody says he is not going. So the reply comes like Rama nagaram gacchati eva. He is going only. He just got a momentary pause, but he is going only. So eva meaning is this. So this all is telling for you, told for you to help you in learning translation. So now if you see some certain words, he is certainly coming. This doesn't mean this is the only way to tell something. It is giving you an example. Always translations have the personal touch of the person who is translating. That is why they are good and that is why they are bad. So if you see somebody says, I want to read Gita, but I don't want to read translation, because the moment you will read translation, you will not read the original. You will follow the mind of translator. So that is why I think you people also are learning Sanskritam to read from the direct text. So why I'm saying this, whatever is written here, don't try to exactly remember and do the same. You try to understand this part, you already know. Then you try to understand these and use to translate your own. So he is certainly coming. Agachati eva. Saha agachati eva. So He is there, so saha you can add, because again agachati may be for she also. So I shall definitely listen. So shrunomi eva. There shall be, so all are like this only, eva. So next is api. Api means also. So api is also placed like, it can be also placed like eva. So Ramaha api nagaram agachati. Rama also is coming to city. Then Ramaha nagaram api agachati. Rama will come to city also. Then Ramaha nagaram agachati api. So Rama is coming to city also. So that is the, like these two things, they change the property of Sanskritam or free flow languages. Okay, let's try to translate. This should be easy first. So at least tell me 3 then I think it will be good. So Kal, Rama, Krishna and Mohana. This is the simplest, I think. So who is going to tell? Tell, don't take time for this one. Kal, Rama, Krishna and Mohana. Need not to be perfect. Just tell what you translate. What is call? How you will say in Sanskrit?
Ahvayati.
Ahvayatu, or ahvayati means someone is calling. Call, when you are saying it, you will say ahvayatu. Means you are,
So,
yeah.
Ramah Krishnah Mohanah
Cha.
cha ahvayatu.
Very nice. You see, it's all. So the sage lives in the forest only.
He says
Munihi
api.
Munihi.
ar 1 minute ji.
Eva asti. Aranyame eva asti.
Lives is what? What is the word for lives?
Vasati.
Vasati.
So always translate in small chunks. So first figure out the vasati verb. Then kaha vasati, munihi vasati.
Aranya.
Kutra vasati, aranye vasati.
Aranyasi.
So
Eva.
aranye only means after aranye you have to put eva. Aranye.
Eva. Eva asti.
Yeah. Now this one translate to English. Anyone? Sayam vrishtihi bhavishyati eva.
Sayam vrishti.
Sayam is evening.
Evening.
Vrishti is rain.
Rain.
Bhavishyati will rain.
Will rain.
Eva is it will rain only in the evening.
Yeah, evening it rains only. That way also you can say. Mama samipe dhanam nasti eva.
I don't have money. Nasti eva. Mama samipe
Mama
dhanam
is
nasti.
Samipe is with me.
Uh-huh.
Dhanam is money. Nasti is not there.
Na asti. Nasti. Which
Na
sandhi is there?
Savarna Dirgha Sandhi.
Sandhi is there, right?
Na plus asti. Nasti.
Na plus asti.
How you decided sandhi is there?
Na plus C.
A plus A is A.
Yes, varna vikaraha. In place of two different words, a different word got introduced or changed or replaced, then only we say sandhi. So this is the classic example of that first class we learned, right? What is Shabdanuvada, word by word translation, and Bhavanuvada, the feeling translation. So I have money. So there is, that cannot be directly translated in Samskrita because the Sanskrit's way of telling is different. So it says near me money is there. So if you see mama samipe, near me money is there if asti is there, right? So when you will translate to English, if you are a Shabdanuvadi, a person who translates one by one, then you will say my, near, money is not there only. But if you understand both the languages, then as madam told, it will be like I don't have money. Money only I don't have. Right? So Saha Sajjanaha Chaturaha Cha.
He is wise and intelligent.
Yes. So with this, I would like to wind up today's class. If you have any question, then let me know. Yeah.